Bond had just taken a sip of his cocktail when he noticed the man across from him staring at him. Soon he felt something was wrong with his body. Bond realized the drink had been tampered with. He quickly got up and left the gambling table. He took the glassware from the table and went into the bathroom. He filled a glass with water and poured in vodka, but his symptoms didn't ease after drinking it. So Bond staggered out of the casino and got into his car. He connected the detection equipment in the car to the transmission device. Then he stuck the defibrillator electrodes into his wrist. After MI6 colleagues detected the components of the poison, they told Bond to take out the miniature pacemaker from the car and stick the electrode pads on his chest. Then Bond took out the blue antidote and injected it into his neck. However, his heart rate continued to drop. Bond hurriedly pressed the activation button of the pacemaker, but there was no response. It turned out that the interface on the defibrillator had fallen off. Before he could plug the interface back in, Bond couldn't hold on and fainted. Fortunately, his partner Vesper arrived in time. She helped him plug the interface back into the defibrillator on his chest. Then she activated the pacemaker to wake Bond up. He immediately packed his clothes and rushed back to the casino. Chiffre across from him suddenly showed a surprised expression. When the two bet all their assets, Bond won all the money on the table with a spade straight flush. Chiffre was so angry that he got up and left. However, when Bond walked out of the casino, he found Vesper had been hijacked into a car by a group of people. He immediately got into his Aston Martin and went after them. When Bond drove over a slope, he found Vesper was actually placed in the middle of the road. Unable to dodge in time, Bond drove the sports car and rolled onto the grass beside the road. Chiffre had someone remove the tracker from the unconscious Bond's wrist and took him to an abandoned warehouse. Then Chiffre tortured Bond in the most painful way for a man, forcing him to hand over the money he had won. But Bond insisted on not revealing the account password. Just then, Mr. White burst in and solved Chiffre. Bond and Vesper also successfully escaped danger. At this time, the casino manager arrived and wanted to transfer the 150 million Bond won to him. Bond asked Vesper to do it, and the password was her name. However, soon after, Bond found that the money had not arrived in his account. After some searching, he found that Vesper had given the money to a mysterious organization.